Growing up, I was always asked, why I stayed away from people for the most part. Why I stayed away from people for the most part. Why I hardly went out. But let me just clear this up. I went out. I'm a people person and stuff like that. For the you know a small, very small patience for people, man. But growing up, man, I like to stay to myself. I'm more of a loner, but I did go out whenever I felt like it with my boys and shit like that. But I'm more of a what is that, a introvert? I'm not sure if that's the right word. One of those, introvert, extrovert. I think it's the introvert, where I don't have to be around people, bro. I'm okay just being by myself. And now that I look back on things growing up, that probably that helped me out, man. Because if I was always a person that would like to be in the mix, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be dead or locked up or something like that. But when you look at everything, like what's going on out here in the world, like you see a lot of shit going on. I just saw a story in New York, happened in East New York. Dudes was sitting there arguing. It was like a little group of people, and dude pulled out his gun and just emptied the mag on two people. I think he killed one, is in critical, and the other one is dead. I mean, you see him literally when they on the ground, he's still pumping them full of bullets. You see situations where there's big cookouts and straight bullets start flying and innocent babies get killed, and I've been around stuff like that. Um, it ain't cool. It ain't fun, bro. It does something to you, man. And I always had that ability to sense danger. Like there was times growing up where I would literally be out with my friends and I get this sixth sense and I know something is wrong or something's about to happen. Either I tell them, yo, let's roll. This ain't going. This something bad about to happen. They'll listen, and we'll leave, and then we'll find out later something bad happened. Somebody ended up getting shot or something like that. Or sometimes I'll tell them, and then they don't listen, and then I'll leave anyway, bro. I My safety is always first, bro. If motherfuckers don't listen to me, that's on them, and then I'll find out somebody got shot. A couple of my friends happened to them. I tell them, yo, this situation is sketchy. It's squirrely out here. Let's go. Yeah, still stay. Try to get me to stay. I'll just leave, bro. And I found out one of my boys ended up dying. That same night. So this is what I mean. It's worth just staying in yourself, bro. Because it's real mixy out here. After seeing that story and then everything else going on. I know a lot of people are people persons. They like to be around crowds, and I never understood that. But hey, to each his own. I just don't see the point just being around large gatherings, bro. Reason why I don't like being around large gatherings is in case something bad happens, I want to know where I'm going. I don't want to get trampled. I want to be able to get away. But when you got large groups of people and something bad happen, everybody start panicking, running all different directions. You get caught in the mix or something that you and your family. I don't want to be around that shit, man. So I operate by myself, man, for the most part. After especially like, moving out here, I got a couple of friends. I see them sometimes. They move how they move. I move how I move. So I like it like that. I got my space, you know what I mean? But like in New York, you got a group of friends. They always want you to come somewhere with them, and sometimes I used to be like, nah, I gotta go to work. A lot of times, a lot of my friends didn't have jobs. I would always stay with a job. It was like almost something to keep me busy, to keep me away from the bullshit, man. And I think a lot of times that saved me. That saved me. Like when I was keeping myself busy, there were times where like I just didn't want to be around nobody. I just like get on the train, take the Long Island Railroad. Long Island was kind of like my space, my getaway zone, so to speak. Kind of like a more laid back suburban. I get like a hotel by myself and just go and recharge. stuff like that. And then my friends would be like, "Damn, bro, we ain't seen you in a couple of days, bro. You too good for us." And you can take it how you want to take it, bro. But I'm not in trouble like y'all motherfuckers is. And now, when I look back, I see a lot of my friends. They was in jail. They in jail right now. Some doing 60 to life. Some of them in the grave. And then I look back at myself and I'm like, I got involved in certain little things and nothing too bad. I made it out of there with no record, no criminal record. Um, thank God I didn't get shot. I've been shot at before, things like that. But thank God for that, man. And I was able to start my own family and do the grown up thing. You feel me? But that's what I'm saying to the youth out there. If I could give y'all a message, it would be don't let your emotions take over, man. Because I know when you're younger, because I've been there, I've been young, like in my 20s. You get hot sometimes. You become a hothead, and you think with your emotions instead of your logic. You don't think with reason, and then it causes you to do something that you're gonna regret later. I know a lot of little dudes is in that situation right now. They get put up on, they get peer pressured into doing stupid shit over a little argument. They get into a fist fight. They want to go get their gun, and they got people that amp them up. Like, yo, kill that nigga, kill him, shoot that motherfucker, get your get back out of there. And then they do it. They kill somebody or whatever, shoot somebody or kill somebody is worse. Now they going to jail the rest of their life, and them same people is outside still doing the same shit while they locked up. Ain't nobody coming to see you. Nothing. Was it worth it? No. So you got to learn how to control your emotions. That's the most important. If people could learn how to control their emotions, a lot of people won't be in jail right now, bro. And a lot of people won't be dead right now if people know how to control their emotions, man. Learn how to de-escalate. Learn how to control your. That's so important out here, but people don't have that ability. And people are losing that ability. De-escalate. Walk away, bro. Both sides. If you feel like you in danger, it's nothing being a punk about trying to walk away to, to survive another day, man. And then if you're the one that's being the aggressor, you gotta walk away too. If you got the upper hand on you, you can take a life, you just gotta understand, once that bullet leave that chamber, or once you swing that blade, ain't no turning back. You can't take that bullet back, bro. Once that blade go inside somebody's chest, you can't take it. You could literally take it back, but you can't take it back. You feel what I mean? What the damage is done. And I hate seeing that. Then I know after the situation and they get in handcuffs, that's when reality start kicking in. They're like, damn, what the fuck did I just do 15 minutes ago? What did I just do a day ago? Damn, if I could rewind back to that day, I wouldn't have did that. But now it's too late, bro. You see? That's why you got to control your emotions early. And that's why I stay to myself. I've always been that kind. I don't like putting myself in situations where I could get hurt or I could potentially have to hurt somebody. I don't have time to be tied up in court. None of that shit. I don't have time to be having my family worrying about burying me at the hands of a stupid motherfucker at the same time. You feel me? So that's a little message to the youth, man. Y'all stay up. It's Rebel World News. I'll catch y'all the next one. I'm off this.